Alright, hello YouTube. I know that y'all can't really see me because my lighting is so bad. um, but I just wanted to share with you all that I just got back from the grocery store. I went to go pick up my popcorn. I was gonna make some homemade popcorn, and I think this is one of the items that I probably could have gotten from Family Dollar cheaper, but only one. But the situation was, sorry about the lighting, y'all. But the situation was, I went to the store. I was very happy. The lady that was at um, the cash register, this is the one that has been nice to me in the past, and I was using up all my little change or whatever, and she didn't have any problems with it, and at least she didn't show that to me. But the change was caught up in this thing, and nobody wants a whole lot of change. It's like dug out the bottom of everywhere. But she was very cordial about it, and she somebody was congratulating her on something. Another customer asked her if she was having a baby. She was like, "Oh no." And then I was just like, "Oh, did you get a promotion?" And she was just like, "Here, no." And she got a new job at a hospital. I was genuinely happy for her. The feeling that I got was, everything was alright with her. There was a white boy that was there that was oh, I was supposed to get paper bags, I forgot. But he was like cold towards me. First he was nice, but I think it's because I had the change or whatever. I don't know, but it was just odd. And so he just kept like this blank negative face. And it was like afterwards, she left the register probably to go sanitize her hands or whatever. So maybe both of them, were pissed off about that. I don't know what the situation was, but again, I went back to that reading I had last night about the laws of power, how you just don't acknowledge it, you don't address it. It's not a problem. Let it be theirs. Their problem, not yours. So as I was leaving, I saw the shuttle. I saw the shuttle as I was coming. Usually the guy that runs the shuttle, he'll tap his horn to let me know he's there. But instead of that, he didn't. So I said, well, maybe it's another person. Usually they're pretty cordial. So I went out and I ran the shuttle down. And as I was running the shuttle down, the guy had stopped. I don't think he stopped for me, but he stopped. And so I was thinking he was gonna open the door. Not only did he not open the door, he just didn't say anything. And I was just like, okay. And I was standing there like, all right, and then he's just basically just not addressing me at all. And so I guess this is a new rude way that people handle things, because that's how the lesson that I had yesterday was trying to teach me to be, just to be rude. Don't address don't address anything. So he didn't tell me that the shuttle was coming, didn't tell me nothing. And so then as he and these people are Haitian people, I'm guessing, which is nothing, because you still speak the language, you're still doing a service job. And so then I noticed not only he not saying anything, he just stood there and he was moving his lips, but you could hear through the door he wasn't saying anything. So he was messing with me, and not in a fun way, but just in a nasty way. So I just kind of stood there, didn't acknowledge it. And then I saw him getting out of the van, so I was like, well, let me go over to the other side because there's a window I can hear. And then he was just like, the bus is coming behind you, And so here comes the three. Instead of him just saying, there's another bus coming, he just, and so I went and got on that bus. Then when I got on that bus, I asked the guy, I said, what bus is that in front, And he was just like, don't worry about what that bus that is. What bus do you see? And I'm like, really? Just speechless, So I was just like, I'm wanting to know, what I'm saying, what bus that is. So that bus is pretty full. And so the reception that I got, because that guy was so nasty, was like everybody, it's like the thing of when one person is nasty and they're so bold and outrageous with it, and I guess this is the worldly wisdom that I have no knowledge of and I don't know how to use, and God will probably give me that lesson later, like He gave me the one yesterday, But in a way, I don't like to accept that. But if God gave that to me, which He did, because I wouldn't have found it no other way, and that's not the way that I was raised. But times are changing, so I guess. But so because that person acted negatively towards me, I could feel like everybody else kind of bristle, and I was just like, what the hell is wrong? I didn't say anything, but that's what I was thinking. What the hell is wrong? I'm asking, what bus that is, because obviously that man didn't say anything. And then I was just like, well, I could take the number 3, and so I could take number 4. I could take either one, but I'm just trying to figure out, which, what I'm saying, what bus that is, like, so I'll know what's going on. Are they changing shifts at this time? What the situation is, because I guess they didn't know, but the man said absolutely nothing to me. And so it was a lady, and then it was a Haitian lady and a black lady. Both of them looked back at me, and the look was kind of snide, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, okay. So I said, well, maybe if I asked them directly. She said, and I said, do you know what bus that is in front? And I said, oh, because something, something, something. And I was like, oh, you don't speak English. You don't understand me. She was just like, no. Then the guy and what's so sad to me is, like, I've always been raised up because of I guess the time period I was raised in, like 70s, early 70s, is that back then a lot of racism. So I try to stick to my own people. So and I consider my own, because there's not many Asians here. I consider my own to be people of brown skin and brown hair. Curly hair, curly or afro hair. It's all the same depending on how you wash it and whatever. But I was just highly disappointed because the Haitian lady was just like, the only person that showed any type of decency, and then it was a big black guy sitting up front, actually similar to the one I had in the dream that kind of beat my ass all over the place. But he didn't say anything, didn't open his mouth, and it's always, what's sad to me, it's always like the Spanish or the white, you know what I'm saying? And my living situation is different, but when I was slim, I've actually gone to black people. I mean, they just didn't have nothing to say. I mean, he didn't open his mouth either way. I was like, does he work with them? I mean, this is a black man. You know what I'm saying? This is a black man. I'm a black woman asking a valid question. Didn't open his mouth to say anything. It was sad. I'm going to tell y'all. So, usually, like I said, I stick to my own. I don't bother, because that's where I think that I feel comfort, but maybe that's just where I've been foolishly conditioned, because the only person that spoke up and gave me any information that was useful was the big white or Spanish, I don't know, Spanish white dude in front of me. He was just like, oh, such and such. He was the only person that showed me any type of acknowledgement or kindness or gave me any type of valid information. So sad. And then after he showed decency, then I guess the black brother kind of realized that, wow, that's an alright girl, and that's the only person that showed any type of decency. So sad, the black people, and it's sad because that's my culture, and looking at me, I'm obviously mixed, but looking at me, those are my dominant features. No type, and that, no type of understanding, no type of care, nothing. Nothing. And in a way that hurts me, because to me, again, it's a lot of things. Like I said, I'm not used to it, but to me that hurts me, because to me that's my culture. Those are supposed to be my people. But I think that more of that is in theory than reality, because when I look past on it, and I think I know this to be true, but I still had a love because it's programmed into me, that black people have never done nothing for nothing for me. Black people have never cared about me, So I'm just like, wow. So I guess I'm just gonna have to give up on black folks, because that's it. That's the last straw. That's 3 strikes. The first one was when the white dude. So it's the Spanish dude that's okay, but when the white dude was harassing me on South Beach, I went and talked to this black dude that was a concierge. Stone face, nothing. I went back out. I wasn't even talking to the Spanish dude, but he overheard it. He went out and he went crazy and just beat the guy to a pulp, literally. And I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh. Black guy didn't say anything, offer any condolences, nothing. Number two, strike number two, words I couldn't ignore. You know that I've been mistreated. Actually, I have more than two, but these are the ones that are strong. My own brother. And now, this person couldn't even stand up and say anything. So I'm done. I'm not into relationships or anything like that. I'm just talking about in people in general who you show love towards. I'm done with it. I'm done, and that's it. But anyways, I just needed to share that because they hurt me. All right, bye.